Hi guys, welcome to Shack News Weekly on the Rant Shack. We've heaps of stories for you this week, from food to knocking statues to evil landlords. As always, 100% subjective, 200% to the point. You have a very short attention span, so let's go! So rents, and Ireland, and Dublin, I'm looking at you. So recently, Dublin has been found to be the most expensive city in the Eurozone to rent. Well done, Ireland, you've done it again. You're number one. More expensive than Paris, Berlin, or even Rome. They're all much bigger cities, much more developed cities, but yet Dublin somehow tops the poll, probably down to greed. That's probably the biggest thing, because when you break it down, Dublin is the capital city of a rock on the edge of Europe. Guess what? Companies like Google and Facebook and all the other IT and startup companies that just pump money into the city that none of us really get to see, it just forces the rents right up through the roof. And that's why you, and many of you, are commuting from Leitrim and Donegal, because that's the world you created. An overpriced city in an overpriced island. And our government stand idly by and just don't care. Why? Because they're getting lined with money from these companies. They don't care about you. So when you see these companies going on about how much they care about your communities, they don't care about you. All they care about is filling that. And that's all they'll ever care about. Here's a prime example of a person involved in this extortion. Check this out.
So we make £5 a month from an ex-council house in Clondalkin. We get two families to share the one house. One family pays $2,500 and the other family pays $2,600. Two changes to the house, put some bunk beds into the living room, two sets of bunk beds into each bedroom. People will pay anything just to get into the house. So cha-ching, getting an extra €100 a month off one family because they have a dog. Two families have to share one bathroom. They also have to share one kitchen. Only 8 people living in the house in total. There is no sitting room, so you have to take them in back and heat them in the bedroom. It's a little bit cramped, but hey, okay, that's not my problem. Business is business.
Okay, afterwards, he did say it was a joke. But regardless, that sums up the rental market in Ireland. It's that kind of attitude that has led to this system that we have in place. There's desperate people out there paying €2,500 for half a house. This has got to stop. Hey guys, I know there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of hurt in the world. There's a lot of things happening. We've got protests across the world. I understand this. But sometimes you overstep the mark. You have places in the world where they're tearing down statues of historical figures. Yes, I get it. They're linked to slavery and other horrible crimes of the past. But think of it for a minute. If you follow this logic, you would have to tear down structures like the Colosseum, which used people in slavery as the rich elites looked down and these slaves beat the head off each other. That's what it was. That's our history. That's human history. We look over now here in Galway, here in Ireland, and we have people before people before profit who want to tear down statues of Christopher Columbus because he was involved in slavery. Yes, he was. I get it, he was. But so are a lot of historical figures. Back then, slavery was a thing, a horrible thing, but it happened then. We can't go around erasing history constantly. It doesn't work like that. We'd have to change the names of entire cities, entire states in America. Washington, D.C., Washington State. There's places, there's entire areas, millions of people living in them that you have to change the name of. It doesn't work. So stop trying to erase history. You need to learn from the history. Teach your children about this history, saying, yes, these places are named after this. Yes, that person was a slave. So over in the UK now, they're trying to tear down statues of Churchill. Churchill, of all people, especially in the UK, who's one of their most treasured figures. The man credited with taking down Nazis across Europe. But now he's somehow linked to this as well. Like, this has gone ridiculous. How far are you going to push this? Like, what's the plan? So you achieve everything you want. You've taken down all the statues all over the world. You've changed all the place names. Then what? If you're one of these people that supports pulling down all these statues. Now, look, when I say that, yes, there is certain historical figures that shouldn't be on proud display in their cities. But come on. If you're going down this path of pulling down the likes of Christopher Columbus and Churchill, How far down the rabbit hole are you going to go? So on the same wave, all police are bad. Every single police officer in the world now is public enemy number one. Because there's a couple of them that maybe have overstepped the mark. I get that. We all get that. We've all encountered bad police. There's bad apples in every job. But it's gone ridiculous now. We're banning shows like Cops because it portrays a police officer. But it gets even better. Now the Twitter sphere wants to ban Paw Patrol. There's one particular dog in it that's a police dog. And this dog is the one that's causing so much controversy. A police dog. Just think about that for a second, guys. Your outrage has now gone so much. You're tearing down statues of Churchill and other historical figures, and now it's a fictional talking police dog. Lads, you've lost your minds. This has gone too far down the rabbit hole. What harm has a police dog on a children's show done to anyone? Did you ever see a police dog in this show beat someone up or shoot someone? Oh, I know you're going to whinge in the corner now, or you'll whinge down here in the comments about this, which is, oh, it's what it represents. What, a police dog that's helping people in a small fictional town? That's, if you've watched the show, I have a kid, I know what it's like to watch this show. The dog helps people in the town. That's what it does, it's not beating people up in a protest. He wears a little cap and a little uniform. He's not militarised. Get over yourselves. Something a little bit more lighthearted for you guys. 2 food stories. So there's this guy in Belgium, and he doesn't like pizza. He basically has PTSD from pizza. What keeps happening to him is pizzas keep showing up on his doorstep. Pizza guy pushes the doorbell, pizza's there, he tells him to go away. Because somebody is ordering pizzas for him. How this happens is beyond me. But the poor man now is being basically harassed by his local pizza person. So this has been going on for 10 years. Plus, a person he knows also received these pizzas. It's not only limited to pizzas though. He does get the occasional kebab. But the poor man now shakes every time he hears the doorbell. The police believe that the cases may be connected and it may be a mutual friend of both men. The case remains cold. So over in Manchester in the UK, there was a guy that snuck into his grandmother's house to have a bit of a root around. She was startled by him, wandered into the kitchen and found him picking out tins of food, hot dogs to be precise. Yeah, so he went to court with that and was charged with burglary and theft of £1 worth of hot dogs. Where is Jeremy Kyle when you need him? Oh wait, you shut him down. You all like playing GTA, don't you? But have you ever got into a fight with your parents over whether to buy a Lamborghini or not? Well, this little kid in America decided the best thing to do for that situation was to steal his parents' car and fly down the freeway, shaking all over the place, because you know, he's tiny, like little body in the car trying to drive around like this. It's not really going to work much. Anyway, this cop came along, found him driving the car, swaying all over the place, pulled him over, window rolls down. What's inside? This 5-year-old. He had a row with the parents. He was off to California to buy a Lamborghini. Only in America would you have a situation like that. So here's something different. I have no context to this, but I thought I'd share with you. It's just something I came across on the World Wide Web. But this is how you do not approach a situation like this. Look at this.
You owe me a phone, and you took my money, and what's wrong with you?
This is customers. You just broke the customer's headphone.
That's fine. And I'll tell you, I'm not finished with you yet. How dare you take 200 euros from me?
Customers.
Yeah, take it.
You just broke the customers. Don't come in. Please don't come in. What's wrong with you?
And I'll take the keys there. And I'll have the keys of this.
Are you crazy?
No, you are. You took my 200 pounds. 200 euros. Yep. And this. And these will make up 200 euros.
I got most of this on camera anyway.
So as you see there was Mary. There she was stealing that shop. There was a camera held up recording her. She didn't care. If you have a problem with a shop or a problem with a product you bought, there is procedures in place to do it. You don't burst behind the counter like Mary there, stealing everything you can, trashing the place and walking out. You can't get your phone fixed by stealing. Look, if we find anything else about this, guys, we'll get back to you about it. We'll put it in the next episode. So if you enjoyed that, guys, feel free to subscribe, like, and ding that little bell. See you in the next one.